Upwork is the world's largest freelancing platform with more than 18 million freelancers and 5 million clients who post 3 million jobs every year. The company is even publicly listed and has a market cap of $4 billion. There's no denying that Upwork is a hit, but is it good for beginners? Yes, Upwork can be a great way to kickstart your freelancing career, as you're able to browse millions of jobs and find the ones that are perfect for you. However, in order to succeed, beginners with new profiles have to overcome a few hurdles, such as their apparent lack of experience and massive competition. What that means is, if you want to get started on Upwork and earn a full-time income from your freelancing, you will need to work hard for it. Persistence is key to making it as a beginner on the platform, but strategy does play an important role. I'd say most freelancers fail on Upwork because they give up too soon. But the second most common factor is they're just following a bad strategy, or even no strategy at all. In fact, I just wrote an in-depth article called The 7 Reasons Why You Can't Get Jobs on Upwork. And not only I tell you what you're doing wrong, but also how you can fix it. The link is in the description and I definitely recommend you check it out. But in this video right now, I'll make a list with the 5 things no one tells you about Upwork. And the fact that 99% of the beginners ignore these elements is the very reason why they never seem to land decent jobs and make money on the platform. So without further ado, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Here are the 5 things no one tells you about Upwork as a beginner. Number 1. Upwork is a numbers game. I know this is going to ruffle some feathers, but there's just no denying that Upwork is a numbers game. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. In fact, it can be good if you learn how to use the numbers in your favor. Whether you like it or not, the more jobs you apply for, the more likely it is you will get hired. Of course, circumstances will vary. Now that I'm a top-rated expert with 100% job success score, lots of 5-star reviews and a long work history, I only need to send 3 to 5 proposals before I land a good client. And I also get invited to apply for jobs all the time. But if we go back to 2018, when I had just joined the platform, I obviously had no work history and no reviews. And I remember having to send 30 proposals in order to land a small job. And I'm talking about $40 to build a landing page. Since most beginners are not aware of those numbers, they usually send a few proposals, spend all of their free connects, get frustrated for not landing any jobs and give up. But you've been warned. So decide that you will be persistent and accept the fact that Upwork is a numbers game. Number 2 is you will need to buy connects, lots of them. So if Upwork is a numbers game, then you should be sending dozens of proposals. The thing is, Upwork has a thing called connects. They're like tokens that you need to use when applying for a job. Some jobs cost 1 connect to apply for, and some jobs cost up to 6 connects. You do earn a few of those connects as a bonus when you create your profile, and you also get some free connects every month. But you definitely need to buy more if you're serious about making money on Upwork. As I said before, beginners should be prepared to send 30 or even 40 proposals in order to land a small job. That will cost you dozens, maybe even hundreds of connects. So right now, at the time of recording this video, connects cost 15 cents each and are sold in bundles of 10, 20, 40, 60 and 80. If you have a Freelancer Plus subscription, and that's $15 a month, you get 80 free connects every month, and that alone is worth $12. So you're only actually paying $3 extra for the other benefits. So I definitely recommend you learn more about Freelancer Plus. I'm also adding a link on the description. The bottom line is, if you want to get hired, you will need to submit dozens of applications. And to do that, you'll need to buy connects. So I strongly recommend you buy them. It's money well spent. Tip number 3, if your rates are too low, clients will ignore you. Most beginner freelancers I talk to tend to think that their lack of experience will be overlooked if they simply charge very low rates. So in their minds, if the client's paying, let's say, $5 an hour, then the expectations will be low, which in theory should mean they're willing to hire just about anyone. What really happens though is that freelancers who set their rates too low end up coming across as just another unqualified, spammy applicant. Trust me, I also hire freelancers for my business, and I don't even open proposals where the rate is ridiculously low. That means all those millions of freelancers sending copy-paste proposals with a $5 hour rate are not your competition. Any client with 2 brain cells to rub together will simply ignore those applications. Ain't nobody got time for that. So what you should do as a beginner is check our table with the average rates for different fields. I'm attaching a link on the description. In general terms, beginners shouldn't charge less than $10, intermediates shouldn't charge less than $20 an hour, and experts shouldn't charge less than $40 an hour. That's not a hard and fast rule, but works as a guideline. Needless to say, you shouldn't set your rates too high either, especially if you're just starting out. But that's not as common a problem as you might think. Tip number 4, your experience outside of Upwork matters. Having a blank profile with no work history and 0 reviews can be discouraging, and it makes you feel like no one would ever hire such a newbie. But what no one tells you is that your real-world experience outside of Upwork also counts as work experience. There are even sections on your profile just for that, such as portfolio, employment history, and other experiences. I also recommend you proactively mention on your profile description that even though you're new to the platform, you have real-world experience. And this is where you can drop names, mention results, and talk about case studies. As an Upwork client myself, I'm usually open to hiring a freelancer with a new profile if they can convince me that they know what they're talking about and have a proven track record outside of the platform. You need to remember that every successful freelancer on Upwork, myself included, started with a blank profile. And the fact that they've managed to cling to the top should serve as an incentive to go and do the same. Last but not least, tip number 5. It's hard for a while and then it gets easy. I won't lie to you, life is hard for a beginner on Upwork. You need to buy hundreds of connects, most of your time is spent sending proposals that clients will simply ignore, and the few jobs you do get don't pay you enough. And are more trouble than they're worth. But you know what? I think that's good news. It's precisely because it's so hard that most people give up, and competition at the top is nearly non-existent. If you work hard and soldier on through those harsh 4 or 6 months it will take you to build a solid reputation on Upwork, you will finally reach a point where you have a steady flow of clients and money is never an issue. I vividly remember my first 6 months on Upwork, and it felt like I would never succeed. I came close to giving up, but luckily I had a coach guiding me through the process, so I kept going. It took me dozens of proposals to land my first job. I think it was $40 for a landing page, and I didn't stop sending proposals. I landed a few more clients that month, And 30 days later, I had earned my first $1,000 on the platform. I was absolutely stoked. Not that $1,000 was enough to change my life, but realizing that I was able to earn decent money on Upwork was a life-changing moment. Fast forward a couple of months, I had become top rated and was declining invitations for jobs because I was fully booked. I raised my hourly rates a couple of times and it's now at $100 an hour. But I've had clients pay me $297 for 1 hour phone consultation. If I ever need more clients, I can simply log into Upwork, submit maybe 5 or 10 applications, and I know for a fact that I will get hired. I've done it enough times that I just know it works. It's hard to believe it was only a few years ago I was building landing pages for $40. But that's the secret. You gotta be willing to start small. Apply for those simple jobs even if they don't set your soul on fire. And do the best damn work you can do. Treat the tiny clients as if they're a Fortune 500 company. Be extremely professional and deliver excellence. You will get more and more clients. The 5-star reviews will start piling up on your profile and you'll slowly be able to land better projects. It's hard for a few months, so you will need to be strong. But then it gets super easy and it's definitely worth all the effort. I hope this video has inspired you to create your Upwork profile and start submitting applications. I'm also working on a guide on how to create the perfect profile. So make sure to come back soon and visit my blog at freelancegrowthacademy.com. Oh, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment below. See you next time.